There are a lot of risks involved when buying a car without a title. Not only might be doing so be illegal in your home state, you're leaving the door wide open to any number of ever-changing scams and schemes. I'm Kanan from Dirt Legal, and today we're going to talk about the 5 biggest risks you're going to take if you buy a vehicle without a title. Now, there's going to be a lot of reasons to steer clear of vehicles that don't have a title. We've seen most of them as gearheads and title recovery experts. We've pulled our list and selected these 5 risks you're definitely going to need to watch out for. So let's start the countdown with number 5 being buying a car without a title is usually illegal. Now, throughout most of the United States, it's illegal to buy, sell, or drive a car without a title. Like coasting through a stop sign or not using a blinker, people get away with it all the time, but it's still illegal. Now, what's more, the whole thing causes a catch-22 scenario. Like needing experience to get a job, a person who lost a car title would be unable to legally sell a car without replacing the title first, which is exactly what should happen, but as we'll see later, people choose to do it the hard way for a variety of reasons and often shady or suspicious ways. Now, it's much easier to replace the title when your name is the one that was printed on the lost title. Now, replacing a title lost by someone else is possible, but man, does it add a lot of complexity to an already stressful situation. We've written an article on that process and it's linked in the description below, so check it out. Now, coming in at number 4, no title usually means no plates, no loans, and no insurance. Now, not only does a replacement car title take months to arrive, but many states also won't issue a new license plate based off of anything short of an actual title. That means that until the new title has been sent to you, you're not able to drive or put license plates on your car. So if you bought a car without a title and it already had license plates on it, those plates aren't registered to you. In a traffic stop, you would most likely get a ticket for invalid registration, and any parking tickets or toll fees would be sent directly to the last registered owner, who could then track you down and hold you accountable for them at a later date. Now, you also can't get traditional car loan to purchase a car without a title, since the car loans are issued using the car's title as collateral. Now, that means you won't be able to take out a personal loan or find some other means of getting the money. Now, what's more, your insurance company may refuse to insure a car that doesn't have a title either. Now, since a car's title is the only legal document capable of signing ownership, a car sold on just a bill of sale doesn't technically belong to you in the eyes of the law unless your state doesn't issue titles or you have a special exception for the car. Number 3 on our list of the 5 biggest risks you face. The car's history, well, it might just be a mystery. Any number of things could be hiding on that lost title. There could be an active lien against the owner, and they didn't want to pay it off, so they just misplaced the title and sold the car without one. It could carry a flood or salvage status that they didn't want to tell you about, or it could even be in someone else's name because of an inheritance, an auction, or a previous sale where the paperwork was never actually completed correctly. There's no telling how often that car has changed hands without a title. Something like a VIN check and even a vehicle history report won't reveal the truth. Now, if the car did change hands, those people were committing a criminal offense called title jumping, and while it might seem innocent enough to sell a car without a title, it can cause major issues for everyone involved. Now, be sure to check out our article on title jumping linked in the description below to make sure that you don't fall for it. Now, coming in at number 2 on our list of top 5 biggest risks, the car, well, it might actually be stolen. Maybe the seller bought a stolen car or even stole it themselves and are looking to offload it to someone else. Maybe they are offloading their ex's car without the permission. Maybe they're selling a car they pulled out of a parking lot using a wrecker and got a key made just a couple of days ago. Without a title, it's possible that one or any of these ridiculous situations might actually be happening. Now, to make sure that isn't the case, you want to run a VIN check or a vehicle history report to make sure the car isn't stolen. Now, do this as early as possible before buying the car, and if the seller won't give you the VIN number over the phone or the internet, take that as a major red flag. Now, we've linked our VIN check and history report services down in the description below, so be sure to use them if you need to before you buy a car. And the number one on our list of the 5 biggest risks is the seller is really a scammer. The last scenario is worse than buying a stolen car for a reason. This one, well, it sneaks up on you for weeks, months, or even years later. Now, whether you buy a car from a dealership, a private party, on eBay, or even, as is with no warranty, off Craigslist or Marketplace, there are laws in place to protect you from getting scammed. You can often find legal protection from things like hidden liens, outstanding loans, hidden damage, VIN swaps, odometer rollbacks, and even dishonesty about the title status, such as it's clean, salvage, etc. Now, buying a car without a title is already questionable in terms of legality. And on top of that, you're trusting a complete stranger not to be a scammer. So the seller could give you false information about themselves or the car. They could lie to you about the damages or repairs made. They could even pass it off a major issue like a prior tire salvage by saying, I'll just get it to you when the new title comes in the mail. Or worse yet, they let you do all the hard work for them. Then days, weeks, months, or even years later, you discover that crack in the frame, the flood damage brand on the title, or a lien attached to the car's ownership, and suddenly the seller, well, they're nowhere to be found. Shoot, they might even file for a new title only to hold it for ransom when it arrives. Yes, that does actually happen. So knowing the risks out there, the big looming question is always, how do I avoid being scammed? Well, anytime you buy a vehicle, bring a friend and meet the seller in a public place while you look at the vehicle. Keep your personal safety in mind, ask a lot of questions on the vehicle's history, and ask to physically look at the title in person. Now, scammers know who's most likely to fall for their schemes. They know what those people drive, and they know the words those people want to hear. By being educated on the car and asking the right questions, you'll tell a scammer you're not falling for their BS. Well, there you have it. The 5 ways a missing title could cause trouble right from the start. There are ways to avoid the situation from the very beginning, and thankfully, you don't have to get caught up in it. If you have any question on the history of a vehicle you're about to buy, or potentially a future buy later on, Dirt Legal offers VIN checks and vehicle history reports to help you gather the facts before you buy that vehicle. Now, we can also help you obtain a new title and registration in many situations where the title for the vehicle is missing. Now, click the links in the description below to visit dirtlegal.com or give us a call at our 1-800 number, because remember, we're here to help keep you safe and avoid the big risks when you're buying your next vehicle. That's it for this time. We'll see you next time.